All right, welcome to the CD and Ginge podcast. Yes, I said CD and Ginge. Um, Me and Brock are going to be taking over this podcast. Sam obviously will still be able to chime in whenever he wants, but for college purposes, me and Ginger or me and Brock are majoring in journalism communications, where Sam's going a different route. We're obviously still boys with Sam, and he's still going to
Yes.
be on here, like I said. Um, but yeah, kind of just a brief rebranding. Um, we're going to be doing episodes almost every day this summer, and maybe not like full length podcasts, but we're going to try to put something out every day. So,
Yes.
Brock, what you got to
And
say to the people?
love you, Sam. Just I know you're probably gonna watch
We
this.
love you, Sam. We
Yeah,
love
no
you,
hard
buddy.
feelings with Sam. He will be on whenever he wants. And I don't know. I need to talk to Connor about this, but we do have a bunch of stuff in this, like the end of May, kind of early June, with finishing up with graduation, all
Yep.
that.
Mhm.
So maybe not as much uploading now, but definitely we'll kick it up in the future.
Yeah, once we get into like June, July, once we kind of wrap up this high school thing, we'll start popping out more videos. But yeah, so big stuff with the ex CD and Sam podcast, now CD and Ginge. And we don't know if this name's gonna stick, CD and Ginge. It's kind of just a filler right now, but
Yes.
we're gonna talk about it some more later. But big night for New Orleans sports as the yep, rep the Pels, baby. We have the draft lottery tonight, potentially franchise altering day. So let me pull up the here we go. So the Pelicans have the fourth best odds. Um, let me here we go. All right, so we have the fourth best odds, and we have a 12.5% chance to get the number one overall pick, which would result in Cooper Flag. However, if we don't get the number one overall pick, or even if we don't get a top four overall pick, I believe we should trade it. I believe we should trade the pick because I think um, the top four prospects are a lot better than number five. I feel like there's a cutoff kind of at number four. So I feel like the Pelicans could get a pretty decent package if they got the number five overall pick. And honestly, if the Pelicans got like number four, I would still be very happy with it because odds are that's where VJ Edgecombe would fall. And shout out my boy Seth Eustace. But yeah, VJ, I love VJ Edgecombe as a prospect. I see a lot of like Victor Oladipo in him, prime Victor Oladipo. But obviously, ideal outcome would be Cooper Flag to the Pelicans. Brock.
Interesting that you talked about trading. Actually, I have a mock trade that's like post draft trade
Mhm.
pulled up, and it is a three-team trade. And I'm sure everybody's heard about the buzz with Giannis and all
Oh yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. Glad you
Um,
brought that up.
sorry to burst your bubble. It's not the Pelicans getting Giannis, but I do want to talk about it. It's very interesting. It is the Pelicans, Bucks, and Rockets, and
Okay.
it is. I'll start with the Rockets because they're getting Giannis and Kyle Kuzma.
Good Lord.
The Bucks, listen, the Bucks will be getting Zion, Jalen Green, and Kelly Olynyk, and then two first round picks from New Orleans and a first round pick from Houston.
What are the Pelicans getting?
I don't know if I like this a lot, but it's Fred VanVleet, Jabari Smith,
No way.
Reed Shepard, a 2027 first round pick, a 2027 second, and a 2028 second. Now,
We
I'm
don't
not a
even
genius
get
in
Ahmed Thompson?
no, I'm not a genius in basketball. That's awful. Okay.
That is
We're getting rid of
terrible.
our franchise and we're getting
Say what
Fred
you want
VanVleet.
about Zion. We're not getting Fred VanVleet
No.
for Zion, bro.
Fred VanVleet who'd be here for a year. I don't know how Jabari Smith's been panning out in the league yet. I'm pretty sure he's doing
No, he's like
he's not
Jabari's
he's not
he's
Zion. I
mid
know that
on
for a
mid.
fact. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Reed Shepard, that's just a culture guy.
And
That's just the
also we're
greed.
giving up picks. Didn't you say we're giving up two
Yeah.
picks?
Two first rounders.
Two first, yeah, like no thank you.
No.
No thank you. I don't know how I'd feel about the Pelicans getting Giannis. I mean, obviously that would be really cool, but we would have to give up an arm and a leg to get him.
Sorry to interrupt, but the genius who wrote this actually right after the trade says the Pelicans would have the lowest risk in this trade. Don't really know how that adds up. It
I
says
don't I don't
I
understand.
understand it says injury riddled Zion, but like
We could get more from Zion than
Yeah,
freaking
I don't understand that.
an aging Fred VanVleet and a mid Jabari Smith. What else are we getting? Reed Shepherd. Okay, that's a decent aspect or prospect. Um, sorry, we got some technical difficulties over there with Brock, but
I'm all
but,
right. Everything's good.
all right, we're good. So but yeah, I really am not too high on anybody else. I mean, I like Derek Queen, but I feel like as a franchise, it would be better if we just traded the pick instead of taking Derek Queen, the versatile center from Maryland. But I feel like the Pelicans are gonna fall. Like I feel like it's inevitable.
It's either we get number one or we drop to like 8 or 9. I don't see
Well,
anything.
so the lowest we can drop is 8. Uh, yeah, right here we have a
Oh yeah,
2.2
yeah,
chance.
you're right.
So that 2.2 chance, probably you should multiply that by like 50.
Yeah,
That's probably the percent chance that we get the number 8 overall pick.
I agree.
And you will not be hearing from me much if we get the number 8 overall pick. Let's just say that. Any last words on the lottery tonight, Ginger?
Cooper Flag, we need you, buddy, more than anything. But I have heard a lot of good things about Edgecombe. So
Yeah, and Dylan Harper. So I mean, we'll
yeah,
see. We'll see.
top four is ideal. After that, I don't know. Like
Yeah,
let Joe Dumars cook, I guess.
he is the same guy that drafted Darko Milicic over Carmelo Anthony. So
Trust the process, though.
yeah, I trust. I believe. I believe. ISO Joe. All right, moving on to the Saints. Who dat, baby? We got the draft happened about what now? 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
Two,
something
three
like
weeks
that.
ago.
Yeah,
And I feel like there's been very mixed feelings on what the Saints did in the draft. Brock, why don't you start us off?
I'll start with this. I don't. Okay, not the best, not the most eye-popping draft. I think
No way.
it's really uh people are overhating just because of where we took Tyler Shuck. I think we easily could have
How do you
gotten
pronounce his
someone
name?
else. Shuck.
With
I
it
don't. I
like a
don't.
K at the
Yeah, a
end?
K at the end. I don't know
Okay.
why. Yeah, I don't know why. That's not for me to say. But I want to talk. I really like the Kelvin Banks pick. I know a lot of our close friends did not. I'm not going to name one person, but I think we both know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Did not like that pick. I don't see a problem with it. We need to start from within, start from the trenches and build up.
We're not going
But
anywhere this year. So,
yeah, exactly. So just we had one of the better young O lines in the I would say in the whole entire league, but definitely in the NFC South.
well, yeah. And then, I mean, this is only going to boost it.
Yeah,
So now
exactly.
go from left to right on our O line.
So I've heard that Banks is going to play left and Fuaga is going to play right
Okay.
tackle, and
Two
then
studs. Two studs
exactly,
right there.
and then Penning, who's better at guard, is going to play left guard. McCoy and Cesar Ruiz now. Cesar Ruiz is one of the worst starting linemen in the league, but
So he's that bad?
yes, he's
Really?
not.
Because
He's not. Yeah, no.
I've heard people saying he kind of took like a step, but then like that's a step because I mean he was just that bad as like a rookie.
Yeah,
So
I don't know.
I mean
It's probably
McCoy's
because he
still a
was.
rock though.
I mean, and he was a first round pick, so he always has a
Yeah,
chip on his. Like everybody's always gunning for him.
a target on his
Um.
back.
So yeah. What I think the best pick of the entire draft was Danny Stutzman.
Yep.
That dude is a stud. I don't know how he fell to the fourth round.
Does he have like an injury history?
Not that I know of. I just know he's
Because
a
yeah, I've heard he is like the all-time tackles leader or something along
yes.
those lines. And I mean, to get someone like that, it kind of, I mean, I hate to say it like this, but he kind of reminds me of the Zach Bond pick. I remember when we picked Zach Bond, I was so hyped. Everybody was saying this dude was an absolute steal. He just had some injuries in college. Now this guy didn't have any injuries. But obviously, Zach Bond is capable. I mean, we just saw that with the Eagles. But I'm very interested to see what we do with this dude, Stutzman. And then also, this running back in the sixth round, Devin Neal, I've heard some very good things about him.
Yeah, he's really good. I remember watching this is a bit of a throwback, but do you remember the Kansas versus Oklahoma game? I think it was the year Caleb Williams was a freshman at Oklahoma,
When
where
he replaced Rattler?
yeah, it
Yeah.
was were you watching
Uh-huh.
this game?
Yeah,
It
yeah,
was
I know what you're
he
talking about.
ripped he ripped the ball from the running
Uh-huh.
back.
Yeah, yeah.
Devin Neal went off that game,
Uh-huh.
and he's just been good ever since.
The name didn't stick with me, but so you remember watching him?
Yes,
Like,
vividly.
wow. Okay. All right. But
And
yeah, I
then
mean, Go
One
ahead.
more. My uncle told me that Quincy Riley's a stud. I don't know anything about him. He said he's really good. So look out for that guy.
I know nothing about him. Just gonna be completely honest. Um, but look, I was pissed off when we took Tyler Shuck. I was pissed, but because I'm a Rattler guy, it's like why not just give him a chance? We're not going anywhere this year. Why not see if we found a diamond in the rough, you know?
I agree.
But
But if Kellen Moore likes him, then let him do whatever.
exactly. So I mean, I'm gonna be riding with this dude until he proves me wrong. So, I mean, you're my
Like,
quarterback, Tyler.
yeah.
You know. So what do you think that you think they're just gonna have a battle in preseason?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. But I think it's probably Shuck's uh spot to lose just
Hmm.
because everybody's like the hype around him and Kellen Moore really likes him.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I've
I
seen
wish we
crazier.
I wish we would have taken a receiver though.
Yeah. Well,
Now, look, right? We did just sign Donovan Peoples-Jones. We did just sign Donovan Peoples-Jones.
yeah,
So,
yeah. I mean,
you
yeah.
know, Mickey Loomis, you're making plays. Also, random side note, I went to Mass yesterday and I shook Gail Benson's hand. So
I'm
she
not gonna
was
say what I want to say, but
oh, yep,
I'm
yep,
glad.
yep,
I'm
yep.
glad.
Just hold it, Ginger.
Good.
So yeah, I went to the cathedral and she read and I shook her hand at the end of Mass. So that was a good thing, I guess. Anything else you got to say about the Saints?
It's gonna be a long season.
It is, but you know,
I
every
think
team has to.
it'll be long, but I think it'll be fun to watch just because it's younger.
Yes, yes, that's
And there's also like no
huh?
there's also like no expectations. I'm going into
Exactly.
next season expecting to be 3-14.
Well, the
Unlike
thing,
2 years ago where I was expecting us to be
yeah. Well, I don't even want to talk about our two prediction videos.
hey,
Anyway, a little thing that I saw. Shout out Hold the Mayo. I have been on his podcast one time. He had a he said something how because Carr is gone, he thinks even though we got worse, it's gonna be better for the French for the fan base.
1,000,000%. Nobody liked watching Carr.
No,
Because it's like a sense of mediocrity. You know,
exactly,
I'd rather us. It's like we're direction. Like with Carr, I felt like we were directionless as a franchise.
exactly.
Now we at least have a direction. You know, we hopefully we got our quarterback.
But a little interesting. Did you see we're the only team in the league with a quarterback who doesn't have a win on their roster?
That's embarrassing. Because I mean, I guess technically Taysom Hill is not a.
Like, down a quarterback.
He's a tight. Yeah, he's a tight end.
Yep, yep.
So
So the only win we have is with the tight end on our roster.
I'll be
But
damned.
is Taysom even coming back? Did we like? I haven't heard anything about him.
I don't
I don't
know.
know.
I just know he had a terrible injury last year.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I hope. I mean, I've loved Taysom. He's like embodies the Saints in my opinion. But
Hmm.
all right, let's move on to, in my opinion, the most interesting sport right now, which is college baseball. Go Tigers, baby. Brock, why don't you start us off with this after a huge series win against Arkansas?
This team is just flip
Oh,
a coin of how they're gonna play. I don't even like. I I really have no words. We get embarrassed last weekend, and then we turn around and beat a top four. Well, this is I think this has the rankings flipped, but a top 10 team in Arkansas and really just dominate them. Like game one was close. I didn't really watch it because we had that on Friday.
yeah, I think LSU was three, right?
Yeah, LSU was three, Arkansas
Yeah,
was
I don't
seven.
know what
But the way
that.
the way that baseball does it, it's like there's three different three different networks that rank them. It's weird.
Oh yeah, yeah. Is it like perfect
Uh,
game?
yeah,
Yeah,
perfect game D1 in Baseball America, and they
that's
kind
weird.
of just they take like the average, and I hate it. But speaking of, LSU just got the number one ranking. I don't like that, and we'll
Yeah.
get into that in a second. I do not like that.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, this team is just like one day they'll come out and score 13 like that, and then the next they'll get shut out with two hits against Omaha. Shout out Gianni, who never lets me hear the end of that. But yeah, all we have to do to lock up a national seed, which are you familiar with like the national seed and all that? It's like the
Yeah.
top eight
Yeah.
get just we win. I think we already have it locked up, but to solidify it, just go beat a miserable South Carolina team. They are terrible.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They didn't.
Pulmonary is just
Didn't someone just
They're
hang like 20 up? Auburn.
yeah,
Auburn just hung up
Auburn
like 20. Yeah.
24-2. That's
Shout out Brad and Gianni on that one.
but I mean Missouri was 0-24 and they just went into A&M and swept
That
them.
looks
So
terrible for us.
yeah, yeah, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm very intrigued with this team.
Side note for the Friday night game, Arkansas and LSU. Me and Brock were at the Dominican prom after party when we witnessed the Ethan Fry walk-off sack fly.
Yes, we were.
So that
Speaking
was
of Ethan,
something.
Ethan Fry, I would like to shout out Austin Vidrine and Preston Cantrell. I would like to formally give my apologies because I have been a known Ethan Fry hater forever.
Yes, you have. You have.
And I'm not gonna lie, I'm turning a corner. That guy, he's pretty good at baseball. Um, he's swinging a hot bat right now, but just as soon as he strikes out with the game on the line, I will be right back to the other side.
Good Lord,
So,
JJ. Um, but yeah, I mean, how about Jake Brown, Brock, blasting
dude,
two
start
absolute
him,
bombs.
start him every day. I don't understand why we don't.
It's weird. It's like it seems like he's a spot starter, but like when he starts, he like bats third.
He's unbelievable. Yeah, and I've never seen that.
You know?
We have we have a platoon for the 3-hole hitter. I don't really. It's that's not for me to decide though. So,
Now, on the pitching side of things, Cade Anderson and Ianson have been
oh
nails.
my God, I hope Kate Anderson's okay. I don't know if you heard he left the game on
Oh, I
Friday.
did not know that. No.
I heard it was just a cramp, and I pray to God that it's just a cramp because if he's
Hopefully.
injured, we our whole season's ruined.
Yeah. No kidding.
Um, the bullpen though is I thought they were turning a corner, and then I don't know if you watched Game 3.
I didn't
They did not turn a corner. It was bad.
really. Who
Yeah,
who
we
struggled?
Schmidt, dude, Schmidt. I don't
Ah,
understand. It's crazy. He can't throw a strike right now. Just who else came
I
in?
did face that guy, by the way.
You did, you
Yeah.
did. Almost got a hit. He was the
Almost
closest
got
one.
hit. Yeah.
Let's see who else struggled. I know. Short. Oh, I'm gonna go the other way. Chase Shores was unreal this weekend. Did you?
Oh yeah.
He threw like 4 2/3. I don't think he gave up a hit.
I
I mean, a
saw that
run.
on
A run.
Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah, he threw really well.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it's just I don't. It. I thought they were turning a corner. They're definitely not. They still only had their two guys, and then maybe Maverick Rissy. He's been pretty low, pretty good.
Uh-huh. Dude, look at like it's like every game is like presented by a different company. That's weird. You see that?
I've
Uh,
never even heard of some of these.
yeah, I mean, well, Dudley the Brosier we know,
Well, yeah,
but
I have. Well,
I don't know any of these. Like Keen and Miller, take them. But but yeah, I mean, I think LSU is definitely going to host at least a super, or well, is going to host a super regional, huh?
yeah. All they have to do is win this series this weekend. They're locked up. I think
That
they're already locked up.
they have to be. But the thing is that A&M series loss is looming terrible
Yeah, but
because
I think the two series wins against Arkansas and Tennessee kind of cancel those out.
I want to take this to the podcast. I want to get my word out there. I don't even know if this guy's still starting for Tennessee anymore, but the little shortstop, you know who I'm talking about?
Ariel Antigua. Oh yes, I know who you're
Antigua.
talking about.
Look, guy, you're batting 200. I promise you, Schmidt is not trying. He's probably batting lower than 200.
It's yeah. Schmidt. Yeah, yeah.
I promise you, he was not trying to hit you. All right, we're going like that's just common baseball. If the 9-hole hitter is up and you're batting 195, we're not going to try to hit you. We're going to throw you fastballs and make you beat us.
Agree.
So there's no need for you to act all tough guy and try to
Especially,
post up against Jared Jones,
yeah,
probably the
yeah, yeah.
scariest dude in college baseball.
Hey, look, I'm not a D1 athlete, but I promise you, I will never. If I was 5'6", a buck 60, I would not go up against Jerry Jones, who's
And
six
then
five, 240.
more on Tennessee. I was just watching the highlights against
I know
in
exactly
their
where you're about
season
to.
against Vanderbilt or their series against Vanderbilt. And again, I don't even know who it's like. I know this dude's really good. The lefty went
Andrew
to Washington.
Fisher. I know exactly who you're talking about. Andrew
Yeah, he
Fisher.
with the home run in the first inning, throws the bat a mile in the air, and is talking to every Vanderbilt infielder as he's
Yes,
rounding the bases.
yes,
Like, dude, and they wound up losing. And then
yeah.
after the game, it got chippy. I mean, obviously, like I was rooting for Vanderbilt so much in that series, dude.
Oh yeah.
You know?
He that dude gives off major. Who is that dude? His name is Drew something. He was the one who hit the grand slam against Wright State and threw the bat. Remember that dude?
At
It was
LSU?
two. No, 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 no. At Tennessee. You
Oh,
know,
I have no
you
idea.
know, he got drafted by the Astros, but it's the exact same thing. He was always the eye blacks the same way. They even looked like identical. They
Really?
flipped the bat of him as home runs. Yes, it's just Tennessee's so unlikable.
Oh wait, was that in like the regionals or like against
Yes,
Wright State? Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't remember the dude's name, but I remember the clip you're talking about.
yeah, it's Drew something. I can't think of his last name.
Yeah, I know. Um, but go Tigers. I mean, look, next year I'm gonna be at every LSU baseball
Every
game.
single home game. That the Tuesday night against Grambling, I'll be there.
I'll be there with my hat on, with my jersey on. I'll be there with a glove. Put me in, coach. Um, but yeah, LSU they have a really bright future for the end of this season. Really high
Mhm.
hopes for them. What else you gotta say, Jage?
Um, just for LSU's purposes, I am a little worried about the bullpen, but it's the same conversation we were having 2023, if you remember.
Every team has their weaknesses, though.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, I think this team is very, very capable of winning it all. But I don't want to say anything yet because I don't want to jinx them. But I feel like there's only like three teams. I have the rankings pulled up. There's only 3 to 4 teams that I think legit have a chance to win it all.
Florida
And
State.
it's yeah, LSU, Florida State, Texas, and this is gonna be a curveball, but Auburn. Shout out
Auburn's
Gianni.
good.
Auburn
Yeah,
is legit. Auburn
Brad
is
always
legit.
talks to me about them. They got that one pitcher. His name eludes me, but Brad always talks.
Sam Dutton, the one from LSU.
Dutton, Dutton. Yep.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And then they always talk about Ike Irish.
Yeah, well, dude, I don't think he got out when they played against LSU. Like, I genuinely don't think he got out.
Well, hats off to him.
Well, we don't have to see him again. Hopefully, pray to God that we
Uh-huh.
don't have to see them again.
If so, hopefully it's in the championship game in Omaha.
I'll take that. I'll gladly take that.
Yep. All right. Well, is that it for us, Ginge?
That's it for this. I do want to throw in one more kind of like different MLB. Just low re. Cubs they were hot. They're low key sliding right now. I think they've lost like 5 of 6. I'm not worried about them at all. It's early. Once we get our top 2 pitchers are out right now, we'll get one of them back. The other one's not going to come back. That's
Steele.
Justin Steele and Shota.
How big of a
Uh,
loss is Steele? Huge?
I think right now it's not, but it's definitely going to expose us later in the season.
Because
If we
I
don't
know
trade for
Tyone,
anybody,
I know Tyone struggles.
yeah, he he'll have one game where he'll throw 7 shutout innings, and then I don't know if you saw the game recently, he got
Yeah,
blown
that's
up.
what I was saying. Yep, exactly.
Yeah, and then Matthew Boyd's been really, really good this year, though. We got
Uh-huh.
him from the Tigers. But yeah, I think the
Yeah.
Cubs they'll be just fine. Their offense is good enough. Please extend Kyle Tucker. Please, for the love of God,
Is
extend
he
Kyle Tucker.
expiring?
I think we signed him for one year this year, but they were in talks of the extension.
Uh-huh.
And then of course I saw a headline that the Dodgers are going to pursue him, but
Go
who
figure.
would?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Um, yeah, I mean for me with baseball, the Yankees are looking pretty good. Did you see Paul Skeens is 3-4 with like a 2 flat ERA?
Dude,
Get
did
him
you see
out of
the
Pittsburgh.
did you see the interview when they asked him about the coach getting fired?
Yeah, that was funny.
Dude,
That was funny.
he would rather be anywhere else in the world other than Pittsburgh right now.
He would rather be playing in Shanghai
Yeah.
and not Pittsburgh. But I hope they don't waste his career because I mean he's truly like a generational talent.
I agree, but at the same time, he is a Pirate. He's on the Pirates. I'm a Cubs fan, so
Rob, get out of here, man. Come on. Come on.
we smoked him last time we played him. 3 home runs and 1 inning, so I'm not worried.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow. Off skis?
yeah, it was crazy,
Oh, wow.
insane to watch.
Jeez. Hats off to the Cubs. Yankees they're on their West Coast swing right now. They go up to Seattle to take on the Mariners tonight. So hopefully we
Dude,
can pull it out.
I don't know how much time we have left, but let me just get into that. Oh my
We got
God,
we
this
got time.
the Cubs to begin the season had the hardest schedule I've ever seen in my life.
I know y'all played the Dodgers like 3 times.
Dude, our first like 30 games, every team was above 500.
Really?
It was unbelievable. It was the Dodgers 3 times, the Padres twice, Diamondbacks twice,
Oh,
Mets.
did y'all start on the West Coast?
Yes,
That's
dude.
why.
Every game was at 9 o'clock. It was like so frustrating to watch.
Yeah, I
But
hear
I mean,
you.
we were hot, and now our schedule gets much easier.
That's good.
So we'll see.
Uh, just to talk about some other teams. Brandon, I'm laughing in your face right now. The Orioles suck. The Pirates are, or the Pirates, the Tigers are really good. How about your
Javier
boy?
Baez,
Yeah, how
Javi
about your boy
Baez.
Javier Baez?
I can't be nothing but good things to say about him. Got to be happy for
Happy for him and ex-Yankee Gleyber Torres. Love
him.
Gleyber. And
He doesn't love
obviously
y'all back.
Snowball's a beast. Man, yes, he
Yeah.
does.
Uh,
But
that's neither here nor there.
is Alex Lang still on the Tigers? Do you know?
Yeah,
LSU legend.
he's a bullpen guy. I don't know how he's doing this year, but he did pretty well last year.
Yeah, he was a stud last year. You
Yeah.
remember LSU player Jared Poche, was it?
I have no dude. I was
Where's
thinking about
he?
him the other day. I don't know.
Because
He's
he was a beast.
he's the winningest pitcher in LSU history, and yeah, he has the most wins in LSU history, and he
It's
just
funny.
hasn't
Him
panned out.
him and Duplantis didn't really pan
Oh
out.
man, I think
Duplantis.
Duplantis is like a triple A legend, or he's a quadruple A stud.
Yeah.
That
I
middle,
it's just never I mean he's kinda undersized too. He's a skinny
yeah,
little guy. But I don't know. All right. That I think does it for us here. Um,
yep. Uh, Big things are coming in the future. I'll say
big
that.
things, big things. We'll talk about maybe future sponsorships. Tell your friend to tell your friend to
Yep,
subscribe. Um, and with editing, everything, look, everything's going to be improving for the
ah,
podcast. So just stay tuned. Big stuff coming.
agreed.
So we would say cue the outro, but we don't have anything yet. So on that
We're
note,
working on it. Yeah, we're working on it.
yeah, we're working on it. Um,
All right.
but
You
on
talk to
that
my
note,
audio.
we are signing off. Peace.
See ya.
Bye.